In this video, we'll talk about identity-based goals. Not just any other goal, but goals that are tied to your identity. I learned this concept by combining what I learned from two of my favorite books. The first one is Atomic Habits by James Clear, right there. And the second one is by Simon Sinek, The Infinite Game. Goals have three layers. There's the results, there's the systems, and there's the identity. And what's critical about this kind of goal layer is the direction of how this works. So most people, the direction of how they come up with their goal or try to reach their goal is starting with results. Think of results as the what. What are you trying to achieve? Let's say I want to lose 30 pounds. That's the goal that most people start with. And then they think of the system and think of system as the how. How am I going to lose 30 pounds in 3 months? So I need to lose 10 pounds a month. And then they start creating the system that they believe will make them reach that result. But there's still something missing. They would try not to eat any of the junk food, try to exercise, and then if they fall off the wagon, let's say by 1 day or 2 days they did not exercise, they'll start feeling like, oh, I can't lose 30 pounds. 30 pounds sounds so overwhelming. And then there goes their goal of losing 30 pounds. That's because the missing part is the identity that they attach to that goal. And think of the identity as the why. Why are you actually trying to lose 30 pounds? Is it because you just want to lose 30 pounds? Or is it because you want to make healthy choices? So think of it in reverse. So identity-based goals is when you change the direction of how you think about your goals. You start off with the identity that you want to achieve. I want to become someone who makes healthy choices. That's my identity. Then you go down to system. How am I going to be that person that I want to become, which is someone who makes healthy choices? Ah, whenever I go to the store, I make healthy choices by buying fruits and vegetables as opposed to sugary product or processed product. And then the result, because you are making healthy choices, the result will just follow almost automatically, instinctively, and you start losing off weight. You might not lose 10 pounds immediately in 1 month, or you might not lose 30 pounds in 3 months as a result oriented goal you previously had, but you start making healthy choices and you start losing weight. Then you start feeling better about yourself because you start looking good. And then you start just having a much better overall feel for yourself, for your self esteem, because now you're making healthy choices. And if someone offers you, let's say, a donut for lunch as opposed to you with your salad, you can say, no, thank you. I make healthy choices. Then you know, okay, that's why I'm eating my salad because I want to make healthy choices, as opposed to saying, no, thank you. I'm trying to lose 30 pounds. And then they'll say, well, what would one donut do? You're not going to gain 30 pounds if you eat a donut. Oh, okay. So you eat it. But if you say, I'm making healthy choices, I'm that kind of person, then you choose the salad over the donut. And what's really interesting about identity-based goals is how much tied your goal is to your identity. And there's this quote from James Clear's Atomic Habit book that I think really sums that up beautifully. And so I want to read that so I don't mess it up. What that is, he said, the biggest barrier to positive change at any level whether individual, team, or society, is identity conflict. Let me repeat that. The biggest barrier to positive change at any level is identity conflict. Meaning, if you haven't embraced the identity that you want to become, the person you are motivated to become, then the goals that you're trying to set will likely fail because that's not aligned with your identity. When your goal and your identity are aligned together, you are going to be supercharged. That's why if your goal is to be a productive ADHD mom, that's the identity that we're going to go after in this course, and not to say not to start with the result, which is what do you want to become? I want to be able to have a blog post and have blog published every week. No, the identity you want to become is I want to be a writer. And to become a writer, the system that I'm going to impose is to write one blog post a week. And by doing that, you end up with the result you wanted, which is having 4 blog posts a month, or just having blog posts in general, because now your identity is I want to become a writer. And you start writing because that's your identity, regardless of how many blog posts you write. In the next video, we'll talk about combining your identity-based goals with what we previously talked about, which is the categorized life of being purposeful with your priorities. So we'll combine that with identity-based goals to come up with something that will make you very resilient in becoming a productive ADHD mom. I'll see you in the next video.